So what's up, YouTube? I am Draylin, not Jalen if you are new here, which a lot of you may be. You can see in the title, I have become a freelancer and I'm going on month 4. There has been some really incredible opportunities, some really incredible opportunities. And then there has also been some really big challenges that go along with it, but equally those are important. And to reflect on both of those are very important as well, a part of this journey. And so I'm gonna dive into a couple of things that I feel like that you guys should know about becoming a freelance graphic designer, a freelance copywriter, editor, whatever the hell it is. I think that this will be some really cool stuff that if I knew before I became a freelancer, then it could shoot me to the next level even quicker. So let's start with the good stuff. We gotta start with the good stuff. The good part is you're your own boss. You're making your own money and you make the rules. You live and die by your own rules, literally. You'll hear this a lot as a freelance graphic designer, that you're gonna wear all of the hats in the beginning. You're gonna be the designer itself, or you're gonna be the editor. Whatever you do in terms of freelance, that's gonna be your first position. The second position is you're gonna have to be the accountant. You're gonna have to make sure that your taxes are aligned. You're gonna have to be the customer service, and especially with you being a freelancer, you want to go ahead and get to the meat of your work. Sometimes it's just like, I got to do all the admin stuff, and clients don't know that. Your clients don't know that. Your friends and family don't know that. And if you want a little bit more space, there are always options for you to hire out. I know that I've run into a couple of opportunities where people have asked to be my assistant via LinkedIn, and they charge a very low rate. I'm just still kind of in the beginning stages of everything, so I'm still running the show 360 style, and it'll kind of be like that for a while. That sounds kind of scary, but if you're a dreamer like me, then you're gonna go out there, you're gonna do it, and you're gonna kill it. And we know that you are, and because you're gonna bet on yourself every single time. Very rewarding in the sense that you get to pick up the projects that you feel like most align with you and your brand and where you want to kind of go in terms of your business and the people that you want to work with, right? A lot of people know me to do apparel design. Of course, after the Missy Elliott design that I worked on last year for her Hall of Fame induction, people were really excited about me becoming a t-shirt designer. And really shout out to my friend. When I did the design for Missy Elliott, I started to get a lot of traction around like t-shirt designs and apparel designs, like hat designs and everything, right? And so now that came to fruition, and now I'm kind of like moving towards that apparel design lane. But all in all, like I care about like just that street style effect of everything, and all of that to say I'm moving towards working for the people and the projects that I've always dreamt of working for and doing, and so it's been really cool in that regard. I get to be me, and people get to come to me for my style of work, and then they want to see it come to fruition for their stuff. That's really cool. What else is there to do in life? I think that the biggest joy of being an artist or a graphic designer is that people get to come to you and they know the work that you do, and they want to see you make what you want to make, right? In some instances, there will be people that are very direct, and they're like, hey, I want this to come to life. And granted, like, those things still come with some type of creative input, but those are the less customizable like projects. But when people come to you and they want you to do their shit and want you to do it your way, like, that's tough. It's also rewarding in the sense that you don't have to go on anybody else's time but your own, and as long as you communicate with your clients, then your clients can understand like how you step and repeat everything, right? Like, if you lay it all out and down the line, like in the beginning, like, hey, this is gonna take XYZ amount of time, I think that your clients are going to be pretty open to it. You get a lot more time. You can set your own schedule. I know for me, I am such a night owl, so I get a lot more things done at nighttime, and that just works for me. Certain clients don't mind it. Some people don't want to talk at night at all, and so I respect that as well. Also, there's a level of autonomy there, right? Like, I could run errands in between my day without having to report or say anything to anybody. I really and truly love that. I don't know if it's like a complex that I have, but it's just like listening to other people tell me what to do. It just reminds me of like elementary school. Like, why do I have to raise my hand to go to the fucking bathroom? Please, please get a grip. I shouldn't have to tell you that I'm stepping outside to go walk my dog, or I'm stepping outside to go to the fucking gym, you know, right? Like, I feel like I shouldn't have to do that or clock in or clock out in terms of a break, and so I just don't. Also, potential for higher income. You can charge people as much as you want to charge them. If they don't like the price, so be it. There are other people that will pay the price, and the more that you continue to do that, the more that you continue to price out at a level that you feel like your work is worthy at, people are going to find you and they're going to pay for that, and you're going to have the type of income that you want. So you have to stand firm on your price. You have to price them out at what you can afford. You have to make sure that your rates are very solid and they help support, one, you and your personal goals, and then two, you have a whole bunch of resources that you have to pay for as a freelance designer. You have to pay for software, you have to pay for equipment if you need equipment to do whatever you're doing. Depending on what your projects entail, you'll have to pay for additional assets or whatever it is to just make the business flow. You have to pay for those things. So you have to account for that stuff inside of your rates, right? And you can't really budge on that. And if you do, then you will cause problems for yourself, which I have done as well. And you never want to go down that route. So try not to go down that route. Then you also get to take on multiple clients and do all of the things that you want to do, right? Like, I get to charge whatever, I get X amount of dollars for this type of design. I have a very base minimum number, and I start my rates out at a fixed price, and then it goes up from there, right? Depending on what the client needs. Sometimes clients need several different concepts before we get to the final concept. Those concepts comes with extra time. They come with extra creative energy and creative input, and so therefore we have to accommodate for that in our pricing. So keep that very base minimum price, and then you'll charge more depending on how they kind of customize that package. You're a business owner, so you'll have to also, of course, have to pay taxes. I wouldn't get too caught up in that right now, because when you're first starting off, let's be very honest, you're probably not going to be making crazy money. But the sooner that you can start that process off, the better, of course. Creatives don't need to get overwhelmed. You need to focus on the work, your groove, and your workflow for everything first. And then when the time comes where you're making enough money, you need to then go ahead and focus on that kind of tax situation, and eventually it'll turn into something beneficial. Paying your taxes is always going to be beneficial, so you're going to pay your taxes one day. So there are also some personal challenges, specifically for me being a freelance graphic designer. Of course, there's time away from your friends and your family, with you being a CEO of your own business. Again, you have to take on every hat, and so every hat has an allotted amount of time that you have to take. I have to miss out on times with my friends. Sometimes I have to move some things around in my calendar and my schedule just to make sure that I meet a deadline. There's also a sense of self-doubt that kind of creeps in. You have to think, when you're a creative or you're an artist of some sort, you want the person on the other side to like the end product that you have. You're gonna think okay, what if they don't like it? What if I'm completely off? And sometimes you will be sometimes you'll be very, very off of what they're anticipating. But I think that what people don't understand, when people come to you for a service, they know about the service, they know about you already, right? Or you guys have had some type of conversation to make them feel some type of comfortable. And so it's not about the service, it's about the relationship at that point. It's about them trusting you to get the job done, no matter how it looks at any stage or phase. And so me particularly as a designer, I do sometimes they're yeah, no, this is completely off from what I'm expecting. And so I would say, hey, okay, let's have another conversation around what that looks like, how we can kind of tweak some things. What do you do like about it? What you don't like about it? And then you just kind of go from there with them, and eventually you guys will get to that end product. It's all about collaboration. It's not a it shouldn't be as transactional as people make it seem, right? You are building relationships, and people are really focusing on how to use you, and then how other people can help. Clients who do not pay your full rate, and clients that don't pay or negotiate you down more than 75% of your rate, are probably not good clients to work with, because they're gonna have so many demands. I don't know, I feel that has to be studied at some capacity, but they are going to literally run you dry and pay you less. And those are the people that you just want to stay away from, and they give out red flags beforehand as well. Biggest red flag is they not paying your rates. So I do recommend for anybody who currently has a job or has a source of income to continue to save. You never know when business is going to slow down. So I know for me, like, starting as a freelancer around the holiday season got pretty freaking crazy. Like, it got crazy, and people started to abandon their projects and started picking them up back in the new year, just like any other type of form of business. And so I still had a little bit saved up, but it was like, okay, now everything is starting to dwindle down. I would say, again, like, keep 6 months worth of savings. That stuff is like, you should literally live by that, keeping that 6 months worth of savings, because it's gonna be your life, you know, when things are not rolling in. So definitely make sure that you save up. Also, know that you are all that and a bag of chips, because you decided to go ahead and step out on faith and become a freelancer. Just know that you will have it, and that you will get all the opportunities that you want, but you will be taking through some things that are necessary. And if you're not ready for that challenge, then it's probably not for you, and you should probably just continue on what you're doing in your corporate job or your full-time position. And there's nothing wrong with that at all, right? Like, I've done that since I graduated from college, and now I just felt like I've always had this desire and I had this passion to be a freelancer and be my own boss. And now that I'm doing it, it's rewarding and it's beneficial. I'm growing with it. I'm growing with my business. I'm growing a brand with becoming a freelancer. And I honestly hate calling things like, I hate calling a fish, right? Like, yeah, I'm a freelancer, but I create stuff. I create a bunch of stuff. I love to do all of the things. I love editing. I love freelancing. I love writing. I love graphic design. I love podcasting. I love all of the stuff. And so I am a freelancer, but I'm just an overall creator. We are at the end of the video, and I thank you guys for watching. If you have not already subscribed, feel free to subscribe to Draylin, not Jalen, and follow me on Instagram at Dre_XL. And you can also follow me on TikTok at Dre2Go_. I think that's what it is. I don't know. You can follow me on TikTok, Instagram. I'll put all the links below. And I look forward to seeing you guys next time. Peace.